When you think about family, you think about home, family businesses, and planning for the future. So does everyone here at Annino, Draper & More. We're here at their Tower Square office to learn how this exceptional group of attorneys can help you with any family-related need. I'm here with Cal Annino of Annino, Draper & More. Cal, thank you so much for being on the program today.
Thank you for having us.
It's great to be here. When was this firm established?
Mark, Lou, and I established this firm in 1990. We had been working together in a larger firm, and so knew how each other practiced and respected each other's quality of work and each other as individuals. And we decided that we could do a better job for our clients in a smaller, more focused firm. And so we left the large firm and we formed this, and so for 22 years we've been together and working here.
Great. So Cal, in Springfield, there are actually a lot of attorney firms. How do you set yourselves apart?
We think that our focus is not on our firm, but on our clients. We think that when you put the client first, you do certain things. One of those things you do is you listen. And you know, listening is a lost art, and we think it's very important to hear what the client is saying and to understand what they're saying and not assume that you know what they're going to do, because you don't. The second thing is, if you call our firm and you call me, you get me. I stay involved in your transaction through the whole process. I don't pass it off or delegate it down. So I always know what's going on. I'm involved in the strategic decision making, and that's important to a client because this is a very personal business. In a small firm, it's a very, very personal business. I think the other thing that we do is we're flexible, and by that I mean we are expert at the things that we do, but occasionally clients have matters that we don't have the expertise for. If you're in a big firm, you tend to have to keep that in-house. We can go outside of our firm, find the best legal talent to handle that specific issue for the client, and serve the client best that way. Finally, I think our advice is different. A lot of firms will set out what your options are. You can do this or this or this. At the end of the day, though, the client really wants to know, what would you do if you were in my shoes?
Yes.
What would you do with this set of circumstances? Give me the advice. I'll make the decision, but I want to know what you would do if you were faced with these same circumstances. And I think that's where we set ourselves apart.
Great. Well, thank you, Cal, so much for being with us. We're going to go and meet some of the other attorneys right here at Annino, Draper & More. I'm here with Mark Draper. Thank you so much for being with us today, Mark.
You're welcome.
So one of the topics today, especially as we're talking about family, are family businesses. Should a small family business have an attorney?
Yes, of course. Most of my business clients are small family businesses. And there are many things that family businesses do very well. But in connection with their business, there are many times that they need the skills that an attorney can bring to the business.
Right.
So in those instances, they should have the counsel of an attorney.
Great. Mr. Draper, if somebody is looking at building an addition or renovating their home in some way, do you think it's wise that they consult their attorney before they even contact their contractor?
Yeah, yes, an attorney such as myself can assist the homeowner in knowing what questions they ask the contractor, what references they should ask for, whether or not the contractor is insured, if so, who the insurance company is, and to let them know the kind of information that they need to include in the contract when they're talking to the contractor about the work they're going to do and what they're going to pay.
In the past few years, there has been an effort to really move cases from the courtroom to alternate dispute resolution. What is alternate dispute resolution?
Alternate dispute resolution, commonly known as ADR, is a procedure where parties can privately resolve their disputes either through mediation or arbitration. So you're paying less, it's quicker, and you have a person who understands the dispute as opposed to somebody who doesn't understand. So I'm a great advocate for ADR, and the courts are advocating ADR.
Sounds like a good option to me.
It's a great option, and it's one of the things that you can include in a contract, both as a business person and as a homeowner. You can request that ADR be a part of the contract, so you know when a dispute comes up, the first place you go is to a private person you've hired, as opposed to the courthouse steps.
I'm here with Lou Moore. Lou, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you, Maggie. Glad to be here.
Now, a lot of our viewers at home might think that environmental law relates to air pollution, water pollution for large corporations or sewage treatment plants. How does it relate back to your average homeowner or a small business?
Well, it certainly does relate to big corporations, and that's how it gets in the news a lot. But it certainly also impacts individuals and their families, where they live, how they live, where they work, and it also involves small businesses a lot. It can be anything from the safety of your oil tank in your basement, and it can also involve very often permitting issues, development issues. There could be some development going on in your neighborhood or in your town or city that you're concerned about. Is this a development that's going to adversely affect my home, where I work, traffic? And so it can be a whole range of things that affect environmental law, and we can handle all of those kinds of situations.
But this is really a specialty.
It really is.
Lou, with the recent hurricane, tornado, many other storms, a lot of homeowners in our area are filing insurance claims. When is it appropriate for those homeowners to consult an attorney when dealing with an insurance claim?
Well, that's a common question, and very often what people come to us with is they get a denial of an insurance claim from their insurance company or from their insurance agent, and they believe essentially that that's it. And very often what we find is by getting involved with a case where an insurance company may have denied coverage, we can get into a negotiation with the insurance company where we can get something for the client because it's in some gray area or some ambiguous term in the policy that will warrant the insurance company, when we're involved and an attorney is involved that understands the nature of the insurance issue, to begin a negotiation rather than just to deny the coverage to the insured.
I'm here with attorney Tracy Kester. Tracy, there are a lot of new laws out there regarding homesteads. What is a homestead?
A homestead is something that can protect your principal residence, that's the place where you primarily live, from being sold or attached by creditors. Under the new law, if someone does not record a declaration of homestead at the registry, they are protected up to $125,000 in equity in that principal residence. However, if they do record a declaration of homestead, up to $500,000 in equity in their principal residence is protected. It's very important to have a homestead on your home.
Do you think that if somebody does not have a homestead, is that something that they should call you and see if they can put that into effect for their homes?
They really should. The filing fee at the Registry of Deeds is only $35, so the protection is really, for minimal cost, it's very important to have.
I'm here with M. Trant Campbell. Mr. Campbell, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for coming.
As far as an estate plan goes, why does somebody need one and what is it?
Well, an estate plan is really a way of protecting your family. It's like life insurance or any other thing that you do to take care of what might go wrong. So we have estate plans to take care of people after someone dies. That plan then addresses their assets and their liabilities and the family needs thereafter. So it's a way of taking care of the family. I will see them here alone in the office. We talk as long as they need to talk. I go to people's houses if they don't want to come downtown. I see people generally at no charge the first time they come in, so they're not committed to me. I generally don't take notes. When they leave here, I will let them know that if they would like me to represent them, then they should call me back and we'll start the process.
If you or someone you know needs an attorney who listens to you and really works with you in solving your personal or family business needs, call Annino, Draper & More or visit their website, www.admlawfirm.com.